Most people think keeping money in cash is a smart thing to do. It feels safe, it feels responsible. But what if I told you keeping too much cash is one of the worst things you can do for your finances? I've worked in accounting and finance for over 15 years and I see this all the time. People save consistently, build up a solid balance, and leave it sitting in the bank because it feels safe. But behind the scenes, their money is quietly losing value every single year. And the worst part is, you won't even notice it's happening because your balance looks exactly the same. So in this video, I'm breaking down why keeping cash is costing you money and exactly what to do instead so your money actually grows. And it all starts with the silent cost that keeps most people stuck even when they think they're doing everything right. Let's get into it. Reason number one, the silent cost of keeping cash. We've been taught to keep cash because it makes us feel safe, but no one tells you what it's actually costing you. Because while your money is just sitting there, it's shrinking. Not visibly, not overnight, but slowly, every single year. And you've probably already felt this. I know I have, especially lately. Groceries cost more, petrol costs more. The same lifestyle just feels more expensive. That's not in your head, that's inflation. Let me show you what this actually looks like so you can fully understand. Imagine Simone saved £10,000 last year. With inflation currently at around 3%, that same £10,000 today only buys her around £9,700 worth of goods. She didn't spend it, she didn't touch it, but somehow she's poorer. Now imagine Keisha invested that same £10,000 into a simple index fund, earning around 8%. While Simone's money lost value, Keisha's grew to 10,800. Same starting point, two completely different outcomes. That's the difference between saving money and growing it. Once I understood this, that's when everything changed for me. But inflation is just the first trap. The next one is even more dangerous because it feels responsible, but it keeps people stuck for years. Reason number two, the safety illusion. Let's talk about a mistake I see people make all the time, especially women. And I even made this mistake myself. Saving out of fear. You can get so focused on saving that you stop actually moving forward financially. And I get it. Saving feels safe. You tell yourself, at least I've got something to fall back on. And that's true to a point. But too much safety turns into stagnation. And this is where people get stuck without even realizing. Now don't get me wrong, you do need some cash, but it should only be 3 to 6 months of essential living expenses for your emergency fund to cover things like job loss, unexpected home repairs, medical or car expenses. That's it. Everything above that starts becoming comfort money, and comfort can turn into fear. I remember when I had over £10,000 saved for my emergency fund. I thought I was being responsible, but when I broke it down, I only needed half of it. The rest wasn't safety, it was fear. After being stuck in debt, living paycheck to paycheck, I told myself, I'm never going to feel broke again. So I overcorrected. I became obsessed with saving. But while I was doing that, my money wasn't growing, opportunities were passing me by, and I was just standing still. At some point, safety stops protecting you and starts actually holding you back. So here's what I want you to really remember. Your emergency fund is for protection. Once it's in place, keeping extra cash becomes a liability. But even when you stop oversaving, there's something else that will sneak up on you. Reason number three, life feels more expensive. This is the part people feel every single day. Your money isn't growing, but your expenses are. You go to do your weekly grocery shop, and what used to cost £45 is now £60. Petrol, more expensive. Utility bills, higher. Even the little things add up faster now. And I even felt this myself. I remember thinking, I'm working, I'm earning, I'm trying to be responsible. But every month, it felt like I had less breathing room. That's inflation. That's the cost of living crisis. So to keep up right now, two things need to happen. One, you need to find ways to reduce your biggest expenses like food, transport, and housing where possible. And more importantly, make sure your money isn't just sitting there. It needs to at least be keeping up with inflation. And I'll show you exactly how to do that in just a minute. Because if your money isn't growing, your lifestyle slowly starts to shrink. You can't control prices, but you can control how your money responds. So you're not constantly playing catch up. And that's the part no one talks about. It's not just about losing money on paper. It's about your life getting more expensive over time. So the goal isn't just to save more. It's to make sure your money is working harder than your expenses are rising. But even if you fix that, there's another trap that catches almost everyone. Reason number four, the spending trap. This one is subtle but powerful. When you see a big balance sitting in your bank account, you spend more. You start thinking, I've got it, so why not treat myself? And suddenly you spend £100 on new shoes, £200 on a new bag, £300 gone just like that. And it doesn't even feel like overspending because your brain sees available money, not money with a purpose, just money that feels available. That's why someone with £5,000 often spends faster than someone with £500. The bigger the balance, the looser the boundaries. But here's the problem. That money wasn't meant for spending. It was probably your emergency fund and extra cash you didn't have a plan for. That's why systems matter. Your money needs direction the moment it hits your bank account, before emotions get involved. So when payday hits, your bills are covered, your savings are set, your investments are already working, and your fund money is already assigned. No thinking, no guilt, no where did my money go? This is how people stay stuck for years, because saving feels like progress, but it doesn't actually create progress. And I didn't realize that until I started looking at how people who build wealth actually use their money, which we'll get into next. What wealthy people do differently. Here's the difference between the 1% and everybody else. The 1% don't just let their money sit, they give it a job. They put it into assets that grow, like index funds, property, businesses, so their money works even when they don't. That's why two people earning the same income can end up in completely different situations. One saves, one invests. One stays stable, one builds wealth. The wealth gap doesn't grow because rich people earn more. It grows because their money is always working for them. And that's the shift most people never make. And now that we understand that, let's talk about what you should be doing with your cash instead. What to do instead, a simple system. You don't stop saving, you just start using it properly. Once I implemented this 3-step system, that's when everything started to change. Step 1, calculate your emergency fund number. You want to put it in a separate high yield savings account and make sure it's easily accessible in case you need it without fees or penalties. Step 2, keep cash for short-term goals. Any goals you need money for in the next 1 to 5 years, such as a property deposit, move-in, travel, put that in a fixed high interest savings account, and you want to ensure it's separate from your emergency fund. Step 3, invest the rest. Anything beyond 5 years belongs in investments such as ETFs or global index funds. This is where wealth is actually built. If you take anything from this video, let it be this. Cash feels safe, but too much of it is costing you money. Your money should be working for you, not just sitting there. If it is, it's falling behind. Saving money is a good habit, but on its own, it's not enough, because real wealth isn't built by holding money, it's built by growing it. So ask yourself, how much of your money is sitting still and how much of it is actually working for you? And if you're ready to fix that, watch this video next where I break down 4 smarter places to keep your cash so it actually grows. If you found this video helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more videos on building wealth on a normal salary. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.